Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International coin channel. And this isn't the one on top we're going to focus on today, but this is the one that caused the ones we're going to focus on today. In 1964, the United States decided to go away from putting silver in the U.S. quarter. So this is the last of the silver U.S. quarter, other than some special releases. It's 1964. Of course, it's George Washington facing to the left. Same thing. John Flanigan's initials right down here, as they had been since 1932. We tip it up on his side, we see it is a silver, no copper, nickel, and nat. Well, in 1965 we came out with these coins here. And you notice that I have the 65, the 66, and the 67, and that's because they are all similar. The only thing that's different on any of these coins is the date. There is no mint mark on any coin from 1965, 1966, or 1967. There is also no silver in any of these coins. So when we look at it, we're going to, we tip it up on the side. Again, we see that there is the copper nickel clad copper there. And these coins are really, really good condition. You won't hardly ever see a coin like this, and you probably won't see it in your change. This one must have been taken out of circulation almost immediately. Now, one of the other things that they did not do in 1965, 1966, or 1967 is to have any proof sets. But they did have something called a special mint set. And the special mint sets had a little bit different finish on them. Not this finish, but a little bit different finish than this. And actually I can show you that on another coin. This is a Kennedy half from the special mint set, and you can really tell the difference in the finish. And we're going to get to the Kennedy halves in a second because they're part of this story also. So in 1965, they came out with these quarters, and they said no mint marks on any of the quarters. You don't know where they came from. United States of America, it says at the top, E pluribus unum here. Down here we see it says $quarter, and there is the eagle. And this is a relatively great copy of it, but notice that they did not really change the dies up much, and so they kind of used this old die that didn't have as much detail as it could, but the tail is really good on this one, unlike some of the others, and you see where it touches the tail. So that's one of the things you look for, is where does it touch the tail on these? Where does the, and this of course is the olive branches that are tied together underneath the eagle. We also look at the eagle's head and see if we can see the beak. We see a little bit of the beak coming across there, but it's just like an okay one. But that's part of this whole thing, is they didn't make the best coins in the world. They didn't want you to collect them. They just wanted to get them out and get them to you. So that's in 1965. Again, no mint marks anywhere, and of course there's the John Flanigan right down there. Really came out good on this one. In 1966, same thing. They came out with the coin, and this is just a beautiful one. This is probably worth $20 to $30. It's just got so much color on it, and it's so much patina, and you just don't see them this good that often. We tip it up, and we see that just beautiful shiny copper, nickel clad copper. And then on the back, look at this. We got the coloring on the back. Actually, like, look at the blue on that O up there. Look at the colors here. And this is as fine a coin almost as you're going to find. And notice how the body feathers. So this is a 66, and I think they might have used the same back on the 66 that they used on the 65. There's some good detail down here, but the eagle's body feathers are just not detailed at all. And the eagle's head is even less. You can see even less on it than you could on the 65. So, I mean, in one sense, they kind of got what they wanted, and that is they got people to quit focusing so much on collecting them because there wasn't much difference between them. But in another sense, they made it hard for collectors because there are just not any incredible copies, or not many, of the 65, 66, and 67s. Here's the 67. Great coloring on this one too. And you can see this one might be from the special mint set. And the reason I say that is because it's clearly been in some kind of packaging and it's got this kind of coloring on it. Could have been post packaging. Somebody could have put it in some kind of plastic that kind of wore off on it. Still in incredible condition. And then we get to the back and we see that there's even less body feathers on this one, even though it's really mint. And so we think that maybe they used kind of the same back dies on all of these. And then even this one, you can start to see the arrows and the tail down below, not quite as defined. So 65, 66, and 67. One of the things that people often ask about is, what about the silver in them? I know there's silver in them. I know there was silver till 1970, and that's where the half dollars come in. In 1965, they came out with the new half dollars. They had actually come out with Kennedy on them in 64, but in 65 they went to a 40% silver instead of a 90% silver. So these coins, again, no mint marks on the 65, 66, and 67, but they're all silver. In fact, they made them silver through 1970. So when people start talking about the silver in the quarters, it's not in the quarters, it's in the halves. There's still no mint marks on any of the halves, but it's not in the quarters. All right, well, that's all we have today from DC Coin World. There we are with our 65, 66, and 67 United States quarters. No mint mark quarters. Thanks for watching DC Coin World.